Good day, everybody. We'll give it a few more minutes for people to join. Welcome, everybody. As humanity extends its reach into the universe, we will most certainly need a multiplanetary currency, a fair currency that represents us all. This currency is Dogelon Mars, and we are the Dogelon Warriors, a group of dedicated individuals who aim to assist and propel humanity into the next era. Join us on our mission to make Dogelon Mars the currency of the future, and welcome to the Dogelon space. My name is Glester, and together with Charlene and CryptoBound, I'm happy to welcome you to this space. Unfortunately, Sergeant Apester is not able to make it tonight, but we will try to have a nice and organic space. Just keep in mind, we are all holders here as well. We're not part of the dev team. We don't really have any inside information, but of course, we will always try to answer any questions in the best way possible. If anybody has something to say or has a question, please raise your hand. We'll pull you up as speaker. And once you're pulled up as speaker, please raise your hand again so we can give everybody a chance.
Hi, everyone. Don't be shy. Don't be shy at all. So come on up. Everyone, as Blaster said, just request to speak. We'll answer your question to the best of our abilities and our natures. And everybody have at least 5 minutes to speak. So request that and let's get on up here. Let's get this going for you all.
Hey everyone. I just had a quick question. Does anyone have any information on if they're gonna burn any coins or not?
Yes, so there's no burn mechanism in the contract, and the dev team don't have any tokens, which they appointed to themselves on release. So basically, there's no burn mechanism in place. So everything that would be burned would have to come from the community itself. This said, the Uniswap liquidity pool has a 0.3% burn tax on it. So in that regard, there is a little burn every transaction.
Did you have any other question, Miss Rich?
Nah, that was my only question. Thank you.
You're welcome. I see Joel, you have your hand up.
Yo, so I just read the comic books this morning, and I just want to ask the community, how do you guys feel about a complete comic book? Like a physical copy, maybe they release a 10-page copy of like, maybe, I don't know, X amount of comics that they have, like what the OpenSea has. Just want to know what you guys think about a complete set of physical copies of the paper comics.
I mean, that would be cool, you know, if they did have that. I mean, I wouldn't mind that. What you think last year?
Sorry. Yeah, I think that's a pretty cool idea as well. In the end, of course, it's not complete yet. So a lot more episodes have to be released. But I hope in the future that we can make that reality. Even if the dev team wouldn't do that, then maybe we can get permission from the owners. And there, of course, you would get into issues, right? Because the comic is on the blockchain, so the person that would buy one issue or one episode, they own basically the copyright. So you would always have to find the owners and make sure that they agree with it. But I do think it's an awesome idea. It would be cool to have that.
And so, Joel, was that the only question you have, brother?
Yeah, I was just reading the comics and I thought that'd be cool. You know, maybe like a merch option. Like if we don't get clothes, we could get comics or derivatives, like a spin-off comic. I don't know, something just that'd be cool because it's the only thing they have up on the website. So I think maybe different comics would be pretty awesome. Like, you know, Batman has like Robin, so something like that, like a part two. Because if we can't own comics because they're NFT, then we could get something else.
Yeah, exactly. So the Dogelon Warriors, we just released the first 2 series of the comics. I'll pin the tweet of the first comic so you can have a look there as well. This is definitely something I'll put up to Sergeant Apis there as well, who releases the comics, to see if that will be a possibility.
Your future kid, I see you have your hand up.
Hey everybody, how's everybody doing today?
Pretty good.
Fabulous, fabulous.
Good to hear y'all. I've been out, but I've been listening in. I just wanted to add, y'all, soon it's gonna be Dogelon Mars' birthday. And also, when do y'all think, Elon would come out? And also, what are y'all price predictions, this year? I just wanna know y'all point of view on those types of, categories. Where do y'all think, Elon, Dogelon Mars will be sitting at the end of the year, and how, Dogelon Mars will be this year and the next years to come?
You want to take this crypto, bro?
Yeah, honestly, with everything that's going on at this time with the executive order and Biden just signed that crypto bill, I mean, it's going to take some time, but with the news that Methuselah Foundation and Dane Goble has a surprise of what's going on, that, it's like a secret that he wants to tell us, but he can't until that date. But I believe that, we will grow. We will grow a lot more higher, and like the price prediction, hopefully by the end of this year, we should be able to eat 2 zeros. That's just my opinion.
Okay, and that's what I wanted to know, because I have my, price prediction too, that we would eat a 0 or 2 or maybe 3, just by my point of view, because all the, the great things that have been, going on this, just at the beginning of the year of Dogelon Mars. So I just wanted to know, y'all point of views on that, and I'm happy that I'm in this space, and I'm happy that we have positive people that that's leading this space, and everybody else that's in it. And I just want to say a thank y'all, for all your hard work, Crypto Browns, Miss Charlene, Dogelon Mars Warriors, and everybody else that's staying positive, and they're staying with the community, and that's giving great positive vibes and energy, because I need it, and other people too that need this great energy, because I'm new to cryptocurrency. So I'm loving this positive energy from this community. So thank y'all, and I can't wait for the end of the year to see, what Dogelon Mars is looking like, and I can't wait to get my hands too on some Dogelon Mars NFT too. I can't wait. So thank y'all for letting me speak, and
No, you're welcome. But
Yes, thank you for being here.
My bad, Glacier.
Oh, go ahead.
The main reason why we are here, of course, you guys are interested into what Dogelon Mars is going to do, but you guys know, what is around Dogelon Mars. But at the end of the day, we are here to be able to witness financial freedom by buying in early, not a financial advisor, but buying in early. Right now, if you spent $14, like $14, you can get a couple million coins. This is all about being a pioneer. Holding, this is long term. I'm not thinking short term. If you think you're gonna make a quick buck here and there, I'm not gonna give you that type of information. I'm looking at this as a long term hold, family. Glacier.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's very important. And that's something that the Methuselah Foundation stated as well very early on when they got the donation from Vitalik. That's why they came out with the amicus paper and the amicus paper. So that's their friends paper, which is a light paper as well. You can consider it. And they released it on a website called Elongevity. Already. So Dogelon, Elon, longevity. So it's all connected, right? And yeah, from what I've been hearing from the Methuselah Foundation, they have some exciting plans also to try to bridge gaps in between different sectors. Because, of course, crypto is a very niche sector. Longevity research is a very niche sector. Space exploration and space traveling and all that stuff is a very niche, market. And they are very focused on trying to bring them all together and break walls and break barriers so we can all actually work together and help each other and profit from that as well. But that, of course, always takes a lot of time. You always find resistance, you always find some negativity, a lot of positivity. But yeah, there we just need to be strong and always do your research and make sure that you always think with an open mind.
Thank you, Glaster. Linda, I see you had your hand up.
Yes, hi, how's everyone doing?
Good, ma'am.
I was just wondering, does anyone have any information about crypto.com when they're going to remove the buying limit?
No, I haven't had any notifications. I know mainly some of you guys do buy your Dogelon Mars on crypto.com, and it does have a buy-in limit. I'm not suggesting, but you can also use Gemini as well to buy your Dogelon. I don't believe that there's no limits on there, right, Charlene?
No, there's no limit. I mean, if you use your debit card, I know with myself, I can buy on my debit card, I can buy up to $1,000. Okay, for my debit card with the bank. And I think if you do it through ACH, I believe there's a higher buyer limit with that. But no, it's not really no buying limit, like CDC, I should say.
Yeah, I know. I have some on Gemini, but before I found out Gemini, you could do that. I have already bought some on crypto.com. I just didn't want to pay the gas fees and transferring it over.
No, there's no gas fees at all transferring to CDC at all. Actually, with Gemini, you can transfer. Yeah, you could transfer at least, I want to say, definitely 10 or 12 transactions. I don't know if it's 10 or 12, it's between that, right? You can transfer for free over to CDC. If it goes beyond that, then it's like 1.2 million of Dogelon Mars they would actually charge you from Gemini. But yeah, I've done it several times, easy breezy, got all my tokens from Gemini right to CDC, no charge.
No, I want them offer CDC to Gemini.
Oh, to Gemini. Okay.
Right.
So I know you want to charge from Gemini to there. Right? I don't know what the fees are from CDC to Gemini. I'm not sure. You would have to probably just read your user agreement and see from CDC.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Now when you were talking about transferring your Dogelon Mars from your CDC to Gemini, correct, Linda?
Correct.
Now, like what Charlene said, it's a certain fee. Now, is it on your DeFi wallet or just the crypto.com exchange?
It's on the crypto.com exchange. I have a DeFi wallet, but I'm new at this and I'm scared. I don't know what I'm doing. So I just keep it on the crypto app.
Okay. Well, you can, like what Charlene said, they do charge you a fee for transferring your Dogelon to the DeFi wallet. But again, I don't know, like, if you transfer it from your crypto.com to your DeFi wallet, you will have the private keys. You have the keys to your cryptocurrency. And I'm not trying to, I'm just giving you the, the basics of knowing when you leave your digital currency on an exchange, it's yours, but it's like really, the exchanges because you don't own the private keys.
Right.
You know
Okay.
what I'm trying to say? But it's safe. It's still safe.
Okay.
But if you would transfer your Dogelon to your DeFi wallet, you will own your own private keys to your digital currency.
Okay. I have a DeFi wallet. I have the keys to it. But let's say if I want to, like, we shoot up and I want to sell some of my Dogelon from the DeFi wallet, do I have to transfer it back to the exchange or
No.
can I sell it?
No,
Can
you
I-
can sell it right there.
Oh, you can sell it on the DeFi wallet?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so when you sell any digital currency, it I believe on the DeFi wallet it will convert to Crow, but usually on other exchanges when you sell it, it will convert to USDT Tether, and then you could cash it out to your bank account or do whatever you would want to do with it. You know.
Oh, okay. Okay, great.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. Does anybody else have any questions or have something to say?
I would like to add something quickly. Sorry, Rod. If you have any of these questions, you can always pop into the Telegram as well and ask there, of course. We're always happy to help and do it over text and such.
How do you sign up for the Telegram? I'm not on Telegram.
Easiest is to download the app, then sign up there. And then if you would go to dogelonmars.com, you will find a link to the official Telegram group.
Okay. Dogelon Mars.
.com.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
that's the official website. And when you then come on Telegram, make sure that it's the verified chat.
Okay.
And if you need help, Linda, just DM me and I'll try to walk you through it, you know?
Yeah, that works as well, of course.
Thanks, Crypto. I'll probably take you up on that.
No problem.
Okay.
Just always make sure you don't reply to DMs that you get sent. Always DM first, or make sure you have contact with the person before, because there are a lot of scammers out and a lot of impersonators.
Okay, thank you. I sure will.
Yeah, awesome. Sorry, Rod, please go ahead.
Yeah, just a couple of comments before my question. Linda, and I was in a lot of times in the same position as you, and I was using crypto.com at first, but they do have a lot of limits. Gemini's good at, like Charlene was saying, and a lot of other centralized exchanges, but I really recommend going to a decentralized exchange. Just a little, I mean, if you want to search, you can search both, but like Qcoin's good, and I never have issues, and there's no limits, and the fees are a lot lower. Like, for example, when you're on crypto.com, like, for example, the last price right now on Elon is what? 717. If you go there to crypto.com, you'll see that it will be even higher. So when you buy from them, you get less than if you bought from a decentralized exchange, because that's how they make their money. So just that way, and then also you could trade. So like you were saying, if you wanted to sell your Elon, you would just go to on your Qcoin. It's an exchange as well, kind of like Shiba Swap or anything, but it's a lot easier because it's still kind of like Crypto Brown was saying, they hold your keys. So it's still in that instance where it helps you and makes everything easy, but it's a lot less fees for you with only a little bit more risk. But again, I'll just research crypto.com and Qcoin, and they're really good to me. I like them a lot, but there's a lot of other ones out there for decentralized exchanges. But and another thing, a little tip I have is, again, just look into yourself. Whenever anything on the Ether network, when you send them from wallet to wallet, and I've been doing a lot lately, because I've been doing a lot of trading with Shiba, pretty much, you're gonna get a lot of gas fees, like pretty much $10 just for sending $100 or even sending $50. So what I always do is I like convert it to a coin that's doesn't have a lot of volatility and has really cheap rates. So like you'd be on Qcoin, you could convert it to USDT, and then you could convert that USDT back to like a coin like Dash, which is like That's for digital cash or DAI or any of these other coins you could research to go ones with lowest fees. But I use Dash. It's always the easiest. And then it's like literally pennies to send as much as you want. And then once you send the Dash to your other wallet, then you just convert it back over to Elon. And that'll save you a lot of, you'll lose millions of Elon when you just send it normally. If you convert to Dash and then rebuy it at the other exchange, you save those millions. You still lose a little bit, but not nearly as much because Ether is known for ridiculously high gas fees. But anyways, that was just a little feedback because I've wasted a lot of money on fees without doing that. But my question is, I've never really looked into it because again, I've always all my Dogelon is just for long term. But I never even thought about it. Why is there no staking option with Dogelon? Or because I mean, the only way I've learned to stake with it is going through Shiba Swap when you Elon with Ether and then you stake it for Bone. But is there any other options to stake Dogelon?
There are a few options out there already. So there's Popsicle Finance, Shiba Swap, and on Ethereum, is there another one? There are some other smaller tokens as well that offer staking, but they're all pairs, so you have to do one-on-one. So it has to match in Ethereum as well. But the ecosystem is something that the development team has been building on. And the first part is NFTs, which they already have been hinting. And the second part is Elon. And that's going to be the internal staking token. And that's basically going to be something like Bone. When that's going to be released, we're not sure yet. The dev team hasn't given us a date or anything. I believe that it's either done or pretty much done, and they're just waiting for the market to recover a bit more and be a bit more positive. But yeah, so Elon is the staking.
All right, so I've never heard of the Elon yet or anything, and either or Popsicle. So I'm looking into that, but definitely. So the pairs as of right now are the only way to stake. Okay, cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, Popsicle Finance. If you Google it,
Yes,
they used to have pretty good API. Yeah.
Okay, and I mean, is Popsicle pretty new?
I think it's been around for a year and a half. But it's a pretty low key system. But I've used it before last year. I've been staking a bit of Elon, and it's worked really well. There's some pretty good devs behind it.
Thank you. I'll take your recommendation and try it out.
Awesome. If there's anybody with any more questions, please raise your hand and we'll pull you up. And if there's nobody right now, I don't know if anybody's seen it, but the consensus layer of Ethereum has just been merged on the official or the public testnet, which is pretty exciting. So, and this is the consensus layer, which is going to introduce proof of stake. So now Ethereum is like Bitcoin, where you can mine Ethereum with proof of work, and they're going to step away from that. And now, like I said, they just merged the proof of stake into the last test phase. And if that all goes well, it's been going pretty good the last few days. I think they merged it 3 days ago, and there hasn't been any issues just of yet. So hopefully in the next few months, they can actually release it into the real world. And then, of course, with the proof of stake model, the fees will go down with Ethereum. It will be a bit faster, and it will open a lot of options for layer 2 projects like Polygon and some others as well. And I think that's pretty cool. that's noteworthy to look into as well. And has anybody joined the Twitter talk? So I would like to hear if anybody has any comments on the Twitter talks. But I see Chilo now. I'm just pulling you up, and if you're a speaker, please go ahead, Chilo.
Sheila?
Yeah, can you hear me, guys?
Yes.
Hello, everyone. And I only have one question here. I got all my crypto on crypto.com, and I know you probably guys already know about the restrictions on crypto.com on Dogelon. I'm buying and selling. I never joined this group meetings or conversations, so I know probably somebody already asked this. So my question was, what is with these restrictions on this crypto.com with Dogelon on selling and buying, or is that going to ever be taken out, or somebody knows anything?
So they should lift the limits at some point, but for now, at first they said that there's not enough liquidity from their side, but they've also said that the token is too small cap. So if they would lift the limits, that big whales could sell and really dump the price. But we don't have any factual information about why it's there, because only customer service has given out this information, and there's no actual time on when they are planning to lift it. But on the side note there as well, you have the DeFi wallets where you could sell it straight on the blockchain, or you could sign up for the exchange. I know in the US, the exchange is only on desktop, so it's not an app on your phone yet, but the crypto.com exchange, you can sign up there in the US and use the desktop version, as far as I know. And there you have, I think it's a 5 billion limit per day to buy and sell.
Okay. Yeah,
so it's still limited there, but sorry.
They have other coins that are, very, very cheap, almost as low as Dogelon, and they have no limits. And that was also, to me, was kind of strange that that it has this kind of limits.
Yeah, for us still as well.
And I just like to throw in a little out there. A lot of times the limits on these coins it's coming a lot of those pump communities, and if they don't have limits, especially like on crypto, like you said, the whales or all the other guys would just pump the coins, and then they would just mess with the crypto.com market. But the limit will be raised, I think, whenever they're launching a new. I know you said the exchange works on desktop, but I think they're launching something new this week or this month, but I can't remember what it is on crypto.com. But honestly, man, I recommend, again, I just can't stress it enough. It's definitely y'all's choice to do something, but decentralized exchanges are so much better, and that's what the meaning of crypto is about, being decentralized. I honestly recommend looking into decentralized exchanges, anything from Popsicle, like Glester was saying, to even KuCoin. I think KuCoin might be even better, or anything like that, because it's a lot similar to crypto.com, where you get the whole website experience and everything, and instead of messing around with these other exchanges like ShibaSwap. And also, there's so many more other things to do on websites like KuCoin, because you could margin trade. You could do. There's just so many things to do. So again, you guys should just definitely look into KuCoin. But again, my bad for stepping in there.
That's
Okay.
great. I just need to note that KuCoin is also a centralized exchange, but they're already good.
Is this central? Okay, well, whatever, they're
Yeah.
different than other ones. Okay. So what makes them centralized? Just mean, what does that even mean? Like, they hold your keys? Is that what centralized means?
Centralized means that they have an internal platform, so they basically have one big wallet where all tokens for all users are stored on the blockchain. And from that big wallet, they supply it in their internal system to all their customers. And decentralized exchange, so you have like Shiba Swap, you have Uniswap, you have like Dragon Syrup for Polygon, and you got like VVS Finance for the Crow network, and you got like Pancake Swap. They all work that you buy and sell straight from the blockchain itself. So, and then it goes into your own wallet where you have your own keys.
Okay, yeah, I was right.
And
And
then-
actually, to be honest, KuCoin is actually it is a decentralized exchange, but it's on its own platform, like you're saying, because they use what KuCoin is. It's a exchange like Shiba and all that, but it does it all in the background for you on the KCC ecosystem. Yeah, I was making sure because I'm just reading it right here. Actually, the KuCoin uses Mojito Swap on a KCC ecosystem, so that's the only reason I like KuCoin. That's why their rates, even though they are, like I said, very similar to a centralized exchange. Because you feel like you're on a centralized exchange, you're not getting charged like a centralized exchange, like on crypto.com. Like I honestly, I'm margin trading right now as we speak. And if I look at it, their fees are so ridiculously low. I have $5,400 on margin, and I only have like $700 of capital in there. So I guess my point is, if you even Google KuCoin deck, it does explain how they are a decentralized exchange. But again, I agree with you. It's just I just have to stress it again to all y'all listening. It's again, you can all do your own research, but crypto.com is a great website. That's where I got started. They have a lot of it makes it easy. I even have my over, you got my little metal card and everything. It's just simple. But if you really want to get the most money out of all, or the most gains out of all the money you invest, every cent counts, especially when you're getting in this early with Dogelon, because I'm telling you, it's just like right now, it's so cheap to buy like a point at what, 700. It's ridiculously low, so it's really good to get in. But again, crypto.com is not bad, but just look into KuCoin.
Yeah, and there are other good ones as well.
What are the other ones? I couldn't think of any. I'm trying to think right now. I can't think of any other besides KuCoin that's a DEX that's like a DEX.
BitTrue.
Which one?
BitTrue.
BitTrue. Okay, let me look at that. All right.
You
Yeah.
can also do margin trading there as well. You can do
Cool,
limit
cool.
buy orders
Uh-huh.
on BitTrue as well.
What about
BitTrue.
LBank?
LBank is very small. I don't know too much about LBank, but yeah, let's move it on. We had Tirso for a while now.
Yes,
So please go ahead.
yes, I got a question. I don't know if I came here late, but my question is, what's the projects for Elon? What new is coming up, or what y'all working on?
So we're all community members, but the dev team is currently working on Elon, which is the staking mechanism. And they're currently working and pretty much ready to release their NFT series as well. So there's a Medium article. If you go to medium.com and search Dogelon Mars, there are 2 articles talking about the ecosystem and about the release of them as well, and a little bit giving some hints of what they have. But for now, they're working on the NFTs and Elon.
Okay, thank
Which
you very
should-
much.
No worries. Paolo, please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. So just to piggyback off what Sheila was asking, and with Miss, I believe it's Miss Linda Epps. Accordingly to CDC, the reason why there's an actual cap is because it's still a volatile token in their consideration. There's volatility, liquidity is an issue, and it's also a question of supply and demand. They're not exactly going to tell you that, but that's what it is. As in regards to Miss Linda Epps, I overheard you talking about the fact of wanting to convert from CDC to Gemini. Gemini is a very easy, very friendly, easy platform to use. I think it's considering, by the sounds of it, you're fairly new to this. So I would consider Gemini due to the fact that it's very user easy friendly. Now, I mean, if you got tokens in both, you know, if you've got tokens in Gemini and if you got tokens elsewhere, you can always, it's just a suggestion. I mean, take it with a grain of salt. You can always keep them as is and build on one. Now, eventually you're going to probably want to merge them and you're going to probably want to have them all under one umbrella, which is very understandable. You know, I was in the same process where I wanted everything bundled under one umbrella. I like seeing everything on one umbrella. The gas fees, it all depends. Depends first and foremost how many people are using the system and God knows what. I transferred over, I think it was about close to $1 billion, a little bit more. My gas fees weren't as bad. Yes, I mean, you know, you're always going to lose that couple of dollars. It's not as bad as people may think it is, okay? And it all depends. So something to consider, Gemini being a very user-friendly platform. It's extremely easy. So I hope that kind of solves it. And to answer and to simplify the terms in decentralized and centralized, it's basically like tanning without suntan lotion and tanning with suntan lotion. It's just an extra level of protection. That's what it, you know, to really simplify it, that's what it is. So I don't know if that helps you guys or if that can, you know, guide you or whatever, but that's the best I can tell you.
Thank you, Pablo.
My pleasure.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a good point. And Gemini is also a very easy platform, like CDC. They're pretty similar. And having your tokens on a centralized exchange as big as like Gemini and CDC, they're actually pretty safe as well. Of course, if they get hacked, you could lose your tokens and they could say from, oh, you're not going to get your tokens back. But if you have your tokens on your own wallets, let's say on your phone, and someone gets access to your phone and, you know, they can trade your tokens, then they're gone as well. Or if with a private wallet, you always have to use the apps, decentralized apps. And there are a lot of scammers that will try to trick you to connect to like fake websites where they can get access to your wallet as well, and they could steal your tokens as well. So both ways have their advantages and their disadvantages. And especially if you're new, I would always actually recommend to just leave it on a big exchange, which has a lot of customers, and you know, they have a big support team, big tech team behind it. And yeah, they will always try to keep it safe. Yeah, please.
Your DeFi app is tricky. So Linda, once again, I'm assuming that you're fairly new to crypto. DeFi is very tricky. It takes a little bit of time of playing with it. It's maneuverable. I mean, you could do it. You're a smart girl. You'll be able to navigate it. It just takes time. Whereas if you've got it on your app, it's very simple. It's very standard. It's buy, sell, and pretty much it. Now, if you look at the prices do vary. They vary for a reason. And that reason is because, you know, they're kind of doing the legwork for you. If you compare the actual price between a CDC app and if you compare it to Gemini, there's a big difference in price. And it's quite a
think that it is a difference. I was wondering what the difference was.
So the reason for that is because they're not gonna tell you in point blank form, but they're gonna use the security measures. They're gonna use the fact that, you know, security, liquidity, volatility, all that comes to play. It's also a question of supply and demand. You know, I've written to them and I've raised the questions in regards to as why. And that's pretty much the answer that I was given. Now, you know, you got to think about it. It's a little funny that on the actual app, you're limited, but if you go elsewhere, you're not. So yes, it does raise question, but you're, you know, being a new investor, you're safe on the app. DeFi is tricky to maneuver. It takes time, it takes patience. There's a lot of good content out there that will give you the tutorial in how to do it. It's pretty straightforward. From the actual app to the DeFi wallet, it's a swap, it's a transfer, whatever terms you want to use. There's no danger in it because you're going from, you know, you're on the app and you're transferring it from that app to the next app. But there's an actual button that will tell you, okay, switch to the Chronos, whatever it is. It's very simple. It's just tricky. It's tricky. You don't have to go through, like I got into the conversation a little bit late and I was hearing of having it on KuCoin and having it on this. And if you're a new investor, that's a lot of work for somebody who's fairly new. You want to simplify, keep it where it is. That's my personal opinion. Continue using Gemini. Gemini is very straightforward. It's very straightforward. It's very user-friendly. You can't go wrong. Eventually,
I just want to jump in real quick on this. Please note, Gemini, okay, so yeah, CDC have a little bit higher price than Gemini, okay? We can all agree on that. But please note that on Gemini, there's a processing fee based on whatever the amount you're buying, okay? And the credit card, if you're going through the credit card route, when I say credit card, like a debit card, there's a fee of that of 3.99. Now on CDC, there's no processing fee. They probably build it into their pricing. Okay, and maybe that's why the price is a little bit higher, but there's not an outright processing fee. And if you're buying it through your debit card, the fee is 2.99. So when I worked out the mathematics in that and seeing how much I'm gonna actually get as far as the product itself, I actually do get a little bit more on CDC, even though the pricing is a little bit higher, right? But remember, it's only a limit of like $100 a day or whatever their limits are. And that's the only reason why I went outside of CDC to just buy, because when you see the prices drop to 600 and change or 500 and change at one point, you don't want to be limited to just $100. Me, I wanted to buy my billions and just get it out the way, even though I had that processing fee I had to do. So just keep in mind that even though what I have noticed, this is based on experience, that even though the fee is the pricing is a little bit higher on CDC, but they probably built in the transaction, you know, maybe a processing fee within that price. And that's what I am assuming of what I have saw. And I've been pro at this ever since I started doing this, swapping and everything, ever since I've been on Gemini, and I've been buying it just from there. So I just want to keep that in mind.
you simply think at the very same times. You know, there's a lot of questions you have to ask yourself, and one of the questions is, and it's a big question, is you want peace of mind. You're new, it's a little tricky, it's a little challenging. I, as a new investor, would look for peace of mind. I'd like to simplify than rather make things complicated. Once I've gotten more of a knowledge, once I've managed to navigate systems fairly quickly and fairly easily, then from there, you can make the moves that you want. There's not much to it. It just takes time and patience. Don't be intimidated by the fact of there's scams, and yeah, there's always going to be that. But I mean, they're pretty soundproof. I've moved over billions of tokens on a phone. I had no complications. I had no issues. My gas fees were, within a $10, $15 range. You're going to pay to play. In other words, you're going to lose a little bit, but I mean, it's not as bad as people might make it sound.
That's definitely true. And logic thinking is very important there. If it sounds too good to be true, it's most definitely not true. And if someone approaches you, then they're most probably out for something as well. But besides from that, if you just follow the steps and, always just look at that you're sending it to the right address or you connecting to the right web page, then it's actually pretty safe, yeah.
Linda, I hope that could have been of help, and Chilo, I hope that was of help.
It was, thank you.
My
a lot of information, but Google is always your friend. I can't emphasize that enough. Like, I'm reasonably new in the space. I've been holding crypto for 3 years now, but I really got into the space last year around February. But I've just done my research. You can pretty much find everything on Google, like all the steps on YouTube. There are a lot of good tutorials and stuff. And always just take it nice and easy and do what you feel is best. Cool. All right. So, Deontay, please go ahead.
Hey, what's going on, family? I know I've been in and out on the talk, but I want to say, speak on Gemini as well, in the difference between CDC. Just a suggestion, and I don't know how you handle your finances and stuff, but what I do is some days, like as far as like my paycheck, if I don't get paid until a certain day, I know I use my credit card. CDC allows you to do that. I don't think Gemini allows you to use your credit card. So how I would play it is I keep both platforms. So if I, it's something that I choose to do on my own is I'll purchase, even if it's a little slightly higher on crypto.com and use my credit card for that. And then I transfer whenever I get a substantial amount that's worth transferring to Gemini, I do that. So that's kind of an option as well, because I don't think Gemini allows you to use the credit card. I think you can use your debit card in ACH, which is bank account, but I don't think you're able to use the credit card on Gemini. But that's just a suggestion, if that's something you would like to do. And just speaking with the family, glad everybody doing well today, and hope everybody's staying blessed. As always, Dogelon Warrior, we appreciate, I appreciate you holding these spaces, for new investors to be able to come in and, get themselves a little educated on things they may not know. So I got to get back to work. So I'll be on mute. I'll drop down to listen most likely, just in case I have something else I need to ask or add on to. I'll just request the mic again. Thank you.
If I
Awesome, man.
last time I used Gemini, you were able to use a credit card. Linda, it's just a suggestion, and I like to do this personally. If I'm buying on any website, I like to use the same card. And the reason why I like to use the same card is, God forbid something happens and you've used two different cards. You can always retrace your actions through one account. I like to use one particular card 99.9% of the times. I would imagine that your bank card is technically like a Visa card. So I try to use everything under one card, because if something were to go wrong, it doesn't take much requirement and effort, and you don't have to break your head in looking for statements to prove or to show that you did purchase something. When we were introduced to Gemini and the fact that you could actually purchase on Gemini, my strategic or my ways of investing were a little different than most. I had my CDC and I have my Gemini. I have my long-term and I have my one where I want to enjoy the fruits of my labor. So if tomorrow morning I decide that I'd like to sell because I want to enjoy some of the profits that I've reaped, why not? So I would sell on one platform and keep it on the other, and so I've got my long-term and I've got my selling. So something to consider. I mean, there's so many venues and so many options. It's a question of what you're aiming for. It's a question of what you would like to do. I'm just trying to point out suggestions or make it easy for you. One thing I would start doing is consider using one card, because if something goes wrong, you've got it all on one card.
Yeah,
Whereas,
I do use one card.
Pardon me?
Again, we are not.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you.
I said I use one card.
Yeah, and that's what you want to continue doing. It's a safe proof. Everything's on one card. Like I've seen it happen where multiple cards were used and this and that, and then a lost transaction, or it just didn't appear, and now you got to go find it. You got to call the credit card company. You got to call this. One card, simplify. Simple. That's all it takes is one card. You don't need to have 50 million cards, 50 million different platforms. the fact that you have I'm assuming you have a CDC account already plus a Gemini, it's more than
Yes.
enough. It's more than enough. I mean,
Okay, I just wanna, can I just jump in real quick? Just wanna say again, we are not financial advisors on this platform. We are just giving suggestions. What I've had experience, depending on the banks that you do use, and depending on the banks that is out there, what I've been finding, for me, I like to use, I have two banks. So I do like to use two of my cards, my debit cards, because my banks be playing games. Sometimes they would want to, when I make the purchase, it'll go through, and sometimes it doesn't go through. And then they're not blaming themselves, they're blaming the exchange. So, and I'm not gonna be fighting at that point and not get my price on my tokens because I'll be a very upset customer. So this is just me, no financial advisor here. I like to have two of my banks on file. So, everybody have their own differences. You gotta stick with what's best for you. And none of us here, no speakers, no co-hosts, we are not financial advisors.
some banks will recognize platforms, some banks won't. Some credit cards will recognize platforms, some won't.
And you
To touch
have
on what-
those banks that you've been buying off of, and all of a sudden, boom, they stop. They hold your money. So
Well, one of the reasons for that is because if you're buying a enormous amount, more than average, it's not recognized. So for a bank,
you can't tell me what my bank is doing, what I be buying. I'm just letting you know what I've experienced.
Yeah, but
can't tell me what my
I'm not
bank
telling you
is
that.
doing.
I'm just explaining. I've been through that with similar to what you've done, and I've gone through it. So I'm just explaining from my experience that when I purchased an X, Y, and Z amount, it was blocked. And the reason for it is because it was a purchase that was bigger than the average. So the bank was thinking that it could have been fraud. So they were protecting me and they were protecting themselves. So I wasn't able to process it through. I actually had to tell the bank, yes, I do use this. I do purchase this, and my amounts will never be the same. They're unequal. That's what I was trying to say. So don't take it personal, Charlene.
Yeah, I think you both have valid points. And that's something, you have to figure out yourself as well, of course. But definitely having crypto a little bit spread is always a good idea. So personally, I have the majority of my Dogelon on a cold wallet, and then a little bit on an exchange to play with, and maybe do some small trading. And if it will go up, I can just take it out and use that money. But it's always good to spread. That's with every investment. It's always good to spread your investment. So even if in crypto you invest in one project, it's good to have one storage and one with a little bit of play money, how I like to call it. But let's move it on. And I saw that Cohost, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. I pulled you up a while ago. Please go ahead. Maybe he's having some difficulties. Then we will move on to Mohammed. I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly as well. If you have something to say, please go ahead.
Go Siren.
Yeah, no, I wasn't. You guys can still hear me, right?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you.
They probably have to press the Mac button to speak because I didn't know I had to press that before I spoke.
Hey guys, I have a pretty quick question. Has there been any indications for listings for Binance or Coinbase or whatnot that you know of?
At the moment, there isn't any information. But I'm certain that the team is working on it and they want to have it done as well. But normally the teams don't really give out too much information about these kind of listings.
Yeah, they're most likely bound
So,
by the contract. Binance doesn't allow anybody to release any information until they announce it first, that's for sure.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
And, you know, on the internet, there's certain requirements that are, you know, known for the public in how far, you know, Binance would actually follow those requirements is of course unknown. But the requirements I know is that it needs to have a utility. And of course we have Methuselah, which is a big utility, but it's not an integrated token utility. So I believe personally that Elon and the NFTs have to come out, so the ecosystem is in place. And then as well, one of the requirements would be a white paper, but a white paper doesn't always have to be released. A white paper can be handed to the exchange as well for them to review. And in that regard, I'm not too sure in how far they would have a white paper. But if they would apply for a listing like Binance or Coinbase or Kraken or Robinhood or whatever, they will definitely have a white paper available.
yeah, it would be nice to have a white paper and a roadmap, that's for sure. I mean, it already built up, project already built up great following, so that's pretty good, you know. And I'm pretty sure it'll do well in the future. And probably have enough funds currently to pay all the listing fees needed for bigger exchange as well. Because I don't know, I'm looking into like Gate.io that did pull that thing off today with that ape coin that came out. They were just ridiculous. So to avoid that kind of, you know, listing, I guess liquidity need to be provided, like USDT amount and the Dogelon amount in pairs. All right, guys, that's all I wanted to ask. I gotta run, but we'll be in touch. Thank you. Does anybody else have any questions that they may want to ask? Feel free to hit the mic. Okay, Glacier app has crashed. So we're gonna run this for another 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Now again, if you guys have not checked out Dogelon Army website, to put your city on the map. At the end of the day, we're here to help others as well. So once Dogelon Mars shoots up, we all know that we are going to be able to help out our community as well. So Dogelon Army, whenever you get a chance, hit that mic so you can go ahead and give us your speech as well.
So anybody next want to speak?
Well, okay, since
Well, Dogelon Army, you want to come up?
You're not live, Dogelon.
All right, one second.
All right.
Yeah, we can hear you now.
All right.
Dogelon Army.
All right. So, all right, humanity has the power to choose what currency to make the standard, and the currency is only truly backed by belief. And so it is our choice which currency to believe in. Right? And with Dogelon Mars, we have some significant reasons to support and promote the success of Dogelon Mars, such as the missions of the Methuselah Foundation to help humanity live longer, healthier lives, as well as to find solutions for the systemic failures of the medical industrial complex and to find cures rather than treatments, as well as to fund research to provide food for space travel, as well as medicine and medical intervention while traveling in space. And then this alone makes Dogelon unique and sets it apart from all of the cryptos. And what Dogelon Army seeks to bring to bring the community together to give the world another reason to choose Dogelon, as well as add to the missions and join the missions of the Methuselah Foundation. We seek to build community centers to bring up our communities with us into prosperity and to be shepherds to our people. And instead of becoming wealthy for self-serving reasons, finding a place for people within your community, inside your mission, and just be shepherds to the people. But just imagine if 1,000 early Bitcoin holders united, and formed a network of centers who all work together to make the world a better place. Imagine what those minds could have accomplished, and that's what we seek to do. The more people we have on board, the more skills and talents we can bring to the table and collaborate. But the whole mission is to find the best ways of doing everything, because humanity somewhere right now has kind of stagnated, everything's separatist. But it's just time to find the most efficient and the most nurturing and the best ways of doing everything. It's time to level up, humanity. We have the power to direct our future. And if we put our brains together and we work together, there's no stopping us.
Yeah, I agree. One unit, one accord. Definitely agree on that, Dogelon Army.
Thank you, Dogelon Army. Now we have a few speakers that just came up. Let's get the new speakers up here first, and then we'll throw it back to Deontay. Sid, D-S-T-Y Sid. I couldn't pronounce your name right. You could just press the mic button to be able to speak. Okay, we'll wait on him. Deontay?
Oh yeah, my bad. So I'm over outside and stuff. I got to get back in the truck. I was gonna actually ask, for the family, once we get to that goal that we have it, that you guys have and girls have set for yourself. What do you plan on doing? I know Dogelon Army does have the mission for us to, come together and really figure out, how to get back to the community. But just to kind of get a little bit of things going on, a little bit of conversation if those who don't mind speaking, what is your dreams of, what you would like and how you would utilize the utility of longevity from Dogelon Mars once we reach to that point of Mars. And, just really, because I know I missed a lot earlier, so I don't know if anybody mentioned about how excited they are for the project, but I just feel like we're in a good space right now. And I think we're going to continuously grow towards that Mars space, and just really want to know what everybody's feeling at this moment. Thank you.
Honestly, it would be nice if we could do a Dogelon Mars convention in each state, you know, where all Dogelon warriors all meet up at one nice facility, you know, speak about the ongoing projects with Dogelon Mars and also interact with other investors as well. That's what I would do, you know, besides, of course, helping out people out in this space, in this world. So, you know, I would really like to do that, you know, do something different, you know, go to each state and just, you know, do Dogelon Mars conventions with other retail investors and what's our projects and what we're doing, you know? It's gonna happen, family. I know everybody's itching, you know, you guys bought in y'all bags and you guys want to see what happened with the prices and everything else. This is the same thing as I said. Hold on to dear life. These are diamond hands. You guys are learning. Listen, last year when we had that pump, and then in December we had a good pump, and then we started decreasing. After New Year's, you know, we seen blood in the streets. So for those who had held on since last year, and those who are holding on this year, listen, we are all in this space together. Deontay, did I answer your question?
Oh yeah, and that's what the love is at. And I mean, I feel the same way. You know, I would like for everybody to get together. You know, link up, get to meet each other. You know, what I'm saying, face to face. You know, travel around the world a little bit. You know, get back to the children, which is our future, for us to be able to build a community on Mars, and just give it back to, you know what I'm saying, our home, and show homage to those who don't have, you know what I'm saying, versus those who do have. It just, you know what I'm saying, be a guidance and a leader to those who don't understand what this mission token means. So, you know, to be able to educate those, you know, that's still learning how to get into the crypto space and hold the currency, you know, think about, you know what I'm saying, buying the currency, and just figure out a way to expand the community in a positive way, to where everybody can enjoy the wealth and the health combined as one, and just have memories created, so we can pass those memories down to, you know, our siblings, our, you know, kids and grandkids, so they know what it took for us to get to where we're at the moment, and where we're heading at that moment. So I appreciate that. Yeah, you definitely hit it on the point. Thank you.
Thank you, Deontay. Paulo, I see you have your hand up.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks to Dogelon Army for creating that website where you can place yourself on the maps. Through his effort and his collaboration, a local Montrealer was able to reach out to me, and we were able to connect together, and we were able to outsource a project. We would have never met had we never had that option of putting ourselves on the map. So I really want to applaud him for his efforts and for his work. It goes recognized 10 times over. Thank you.
Hello,
Paulo.
I am a Hadi and Iran. Elon, very, very good.
Yes, so you love Elon, right, Fahad? Is that your name, correct? Fahad? Well, thank you. We now we know that you hold Dogelon Mars, and you are a proud holder as well. Island Boys, I see you up as a speaker.
Yeah, buddy, I am here. I wanted to ask about, like, since Dogelon is focused and have 40-something% of their supply sent to the foundation, right? and they're doing longevity research and whatnot. Why would Dogelon, they could have make a use case to get into a medical field and connect to the longevity research, but make it wider spectrum that covers, say, like, I don't know, medical records on a blockchain, maybe writing prescriptions through the blockchain, through doctor-patient kind of thing, and focus more on a medical in general than just longevity. And besides the fact that they're gonna launch like Elon and NFTs.
Well,
What do you
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Just to answer, one of your questions, it may not be fully, but like what you said, like the utility and the medical field. Well, you are right, but also with Methuselah Foundation, they're not just also focusing on longevity, but also vascular tissue, 3D printing tissues. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, that's more of a bigger outlook from my opinion. I'm not the developer or the owner, but from my opinion, I just believe that what they're doing, just because Dogelon is backed by Methuselah and Methuselah is the steward of Dogelon, it will go a lot more further with medical and also with space, as you could call science.
Oh yeah, definitely, I agree with that. But that's like a Methuselah part. Like this would be other Dogelon part that would need it to be done. And I see it as a pretty good use case since there is quite wide purpose in a medical field where the blockchain could be adopted. I don't know, like I haven't get a chance to talk to any of the developers from Dogelon because I'm the developer myself, so that's why I'm asking. I'm curious about what would be a good use case except staking with Elon and NFTs to actually give the project a purpose. You know what I mean? I mean, with the foundation having the amount of tokens that they're having, like it could help them tremendously because in maybe a year or so when Dogelon takes off, they could acquire a building and make a research center or whatnot and could have could be very beneficial for them and then them returning to the community and whatnot, But, if Dogelon plays the part and have the implementation on a blockchain in a medical field, that could be even, greater for every holder of Dogelon.
Yeah, if I can jump in, you guys can hear me now, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, my app kept crashing, so I'm sorry about that. So I know Methuselah is they're trying to work on to build like a health center where they want to implement Elon as a payment method. So that's already a use case as well. And they just posted a Reddit post where people could give ideas of researches they should fund. So the idea of the Methuselah Foundation is that they still want to use the Elon they have, right? And they have stated many times by now that they are planning to sell some of their bag, but always in a responsible way and always in a way that will help the community and also will help their research. And of course, anything that will help their research, if it's built in properly, then it will help the community and the token itself as well. It gives you a little bit of more information, Island Boys.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, having a use case for that type of project, like Dogelon that already took off, like it's a great idea. And like acquiring a facility there where they can use Dogelon, that would be even better,
Mm.
And I don't know,
Exactly.
they could even like, even if it's not like fulfilled for the full medical purpose or whatever research purpose they're planning on doing, they can always rent it and use it as a buyback vehicle for Dogelon. You know,
Exactly.
there is
Yeah,
a lot of definitely a lot of use cases in the medical field that could be adopted. I worked on one of the medical projects in the past, and they had like a great white paper of like putting things together of like using blockchain in like pharmaceutical industry and doctors' offices and stuff like that. So that was kind of cool to learn from. And I kind of connected it because of the foundation. I thought it was a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah. So like they've said as well that they would be interested to like give out the grants, to give out
I'll definitely try to reach out to them on Reddit if they're active on Reddit. I think I sent them an email to the foundation, but hopefully they'll reply to it.
There's also like a past talk space that's recorded with David Gobel as a host or a speaker, but he spoke about how they want to problem solve some of the systemic issues in the medical field.
I believe Glastier crashed again. I bet you he greatly appreciate you, Island Boys. Yeah, if you message the Methuselah Foundation, I believe that they will directly get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for asking those questions, brother.
No problem. Is that messaging them on Twitter or website or?
Honestly, I believe they have an email on their Methuselah Foundation website. I mean, you can try their Twitter as well, but I believe also in the Reddit, Dogelon Mars Reddit, the Sergio, if you look for Sergio, he is also with Methuselah Foundation, and give him a little buzz.
Okay, no problem. Thank you for that info.
You're welcome, brother.
All right, guys. I appreciate it. I gotta run, so I'll talk to you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay, Architect. If you would like to say anything.
Hello to host and other friends in this space.
Hello.
Good night. I listening to your speech.
Is there something you want to say, Architect?
I have a question about other chains except ETH and Polygon. Is that correct? Other chain like Solana and Fuse, liquidity is locked, and can we trade in these chains or we cannot?
Can Dogelon be traded with views on the voltage? Is that what you're asking, sir?
Yes.
Yes, you can trade Dogelon on voltage and also yield and farm, but not at this time. I believe that they're about to prepare to do that. The whole yield farming.
Thank you, Mr. Brown. Have a good night.
No, thank you. We appreciate you up here. Paulo, I see you had your hand up.
Mohammed, I see that you're here as a speaker. You've been here for a little bit. Do you have anything to say?
I believe you. Okay, architect.
I see Mohammed. I see him up.
No, I don't see him.
Oh, unless he probably, on my end, I see him as a speaker. He probably fell off then.
But if anybody don't have any other questions, we'll give it, 5 minutes? And then we'll close it out.
Deontay, you have anything to say? Go ahead, Deontay, go ahead.
Oh, my bad, sure. I was gonna ask, hey, I know Crypto General's in here too, and Brandon in here as well. I know they usually have a lot, good information as well. Sorry for the background noise. That's why I ain't really answered quick, because I'm traveling graces right now. I got, thank you. But I just want to see if they had anything on their mind they want to speak on as far as with Dogelon and stuff. I know Brandon usually do the technical analysis, though. If that's something he could possibly jump in if he got the time, then that'd be great real fast. Thank you.
Glasssteer, you back?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
This horrible app just keeps crashing. I'm sorry about that.
But I believe nobody else has anything else to say. Once again, thank you guys for joining in to Dogelon Warriors Organic Thursday. Okay, we got Brandon up here. We'll let Brandon speak and then we'll close it out.
That sounds good there.
Hey, what's going on, fam? What's going on? Good afternoon to everyone. Hope everyone's having a blessed, amazing day today. So, listen, guys, I'm not a financial advisor, but honestly, the chart is looking good. I was looking at it early this morning, and currently right now, we're at, I'm pulling up the chart right now. So we're at 0714, 0714. So honestly, where I feel it's gonna go, to be honest, in like the next 2-3 weeks, I feel like Dogelon Mars could definitely hit the 3s and the 4s, because sooner the big institutions is gonna shake out the sellers. And I definitely feel that we're gonna have another opportunity to see lower prices. The prices right now is honestly good. I definitely recommend buying more. I'm buying more stuff in my bags. Charlene stuff in her bags, crypto, everybody, what I'm saying? Not a financial advisor, nor any people, and nor any other person that's a co-host here is a financial advisor as well. But I definitely feel like we could definitely see the 3s and the 4s again. And yeah, guys, continue stuffing.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you all. Thank you all the speakers that is here. We greatly appreciate everyone's energy that is here today. I know some of you guys are shy and, may have stage fright, but it's okay. We are here to answer questions that we have knowledge of. But again, there is no stupid question or dumb question. Once again, thank you all for joining Dogelon Warriors Space Organic Thursday, and we will see you again.